We started out in our apartment just sewing products for music festivals and grew our business from a tiny little one apartment, one person shop into our 10-person brand here. And now we service all different types of things. We actually house 3 brands under one roof. So we have Freedom Rave Wear, a Never Lost Swim, and Fabric Punch, which is our fabric printing business. Raves or music festivals are essentially a large giant party. And the main thing about the fashion of the music festival is it's about self-expression, no judgment, not caring, just wearing whatever you want to wear, expressing yourself in the colors and the patterns and the styles. When you show up in that place, not only is the music good, the vibes are good, it's a giant party, but you feel beautiful and gorgeous and sexy. You look good, and if you're like feeling yourself, you're vibing, you like the way you look, people notice it. I was making everything. We were broke kids, we had no investment. We had to get an order in order to buy something to make that order. We transitioned to almost a full made to order. It was more so when we got our laser cutter. We were able to only make the pieces that we wanted to make, only make the things that we're selling. When we were doing big bulk cuts, I had to make sure that the ratios were right. Through all of our sizes, we have 8 sizes. I needed 17 smalls, but I only needed 1 extra large in one color, but I needed 12 extra larges in another color and 5 smalls. It just didn't make sense for our production, so we'd always have overstock or understock. Once we transitioned to that made to order model with our laser cutter, we've been able to reduce the amount of things that we held on to for months and months and months, and really just make the things that sell. A lot of times when you're making things, I hope that this is gonna sell. I think that this is gonna sell, and a lot of times that wasn't the case. So now when it's like, okay, we can make 10 products, make those quickly, get them out there, not really make any stock in them. The things that sell really well right at the beginning, we make a bunch of. The things that don't, we don't. The made to order model is so beneficial when you don't have just a bunch of capital to blow and you're making things on your own. We interact with all of our followers and we like to know what they're thinking. Or does the majority of our followers like this black style, or do they want this colorful style? Hey, pick the next fabric that we print. Hey, pick the styles for this particular collection. We do story sales every couple of days because we do make our product and sometimes something's not made to the highest standard, or there's a misprint in the material, or it's just a physical sample that we've made for a new product. And so we'll actually sell those on our story, and they absolutely love our story sales because sometimes you're gonna see something on there that's like a year old and it just got lost in our inventory, or you're gonna see things that there's only that one product that we ever made of it. It's just a really nice way to move inventory that would be thrown away or would just sit there for years and years.
Anybody who is running manufacturing sees dead inventory as like pretty wasteful. Once we got our laser cutter, we were slowly knocking down how much inventory we were carrying. Well, now we have a 50% reduction in our inventory costs, which is massive, and that money gets to be used to grow the business in other places. It wasn't overnight that we got to realize those benefits because it took years to build up these inefficiencies, and to deconstruct those takes time. So if you're going to make a decision on technology, you really do need to know what is your problem. And then you need to talk to some people who have been there, done that. You can be a super passionate designer. You can be a super passionate entrepreneur. If you don't know how to actually go from small hobby in a garage to Microfactory and beyond, you can guess. When you start using a couple $100,000 and you're investing, you don't want to guess.
Hi, my name is Jade Roman, and part of my job here is using the laser cutter. On my everyday basis, I get a list of things to cut. I will load up a fabric in the back, and then I will load up whatever marker cuts we have. Like say it's a small and there's 12 of them. Once I hit start, it magically starts cutting the fabric pieces out. But I could probably cut 100 pieces plus, I would say, a day. They taught me in like under 30 minutes as far as what to do and how to set it all up. And then they kind of just watched me and they were like, cool, you got it, you're good to go. So it's not very hard. hard to learn it all.
When COVID hit, festivals aren't happening. Our main source of product development wasn't really going on. It required us to think a little bit differently about the machines that we already purchased and the investments we'd already made and how we can use those not just for our brands, you know, we can print for other people. Why did we buy the printer? We wanted low minimums, we wanted fast turnaround times, we wanted made in America. All of these things that we wanted to be able to offer to other people. And we've helped hundreds of brands transition to either printing here or just custom printing in general. They'll buy a yard or two that has already sold. And because we have a really quick turnaround time, I can make the fabric for them, ship them the fabric, they can make the product and still get it to their customer within a reasonable time frame, which allows them to grow. I've really learned a lot about giving them the options that I think are gonna look best for the project that they're doing. Because a lot of people, when they print, they're like, oh, I don't really know what I want. Okay, hey, what are you using this for? This is what I would recommend, and able to offer that knowledge that I have back to the customer.
The glass ceiling relative to creativity before our machines and after is like having a small bicycle and racing it against like a performance Tesla. I say that with a straight face, but I'm being serious. You know, one of the things we struggled with beforehand was, okay, hey, we're gonna go and make this new product. Oh, that's a really cool fabric. It just came in, let's grab it. And maybe it's new and fresh on our site for a month. Well, guess who just caught up? Every one of our competitors who buys the exact same stuff from the exact same people. Now, from like the printing perspective and the cutting perspective, we can do whatever we want. I don't need to wait for someone else's designer to choose a fabric and bring it in. You don't even know what you can accomplish or produce or create if you're operating under the constraints of what other people's decisions are. The process behind how we make them helps us stand out too, because you know we are made here locally. Over 50% of our products now are made on recycled material. We pay well above the minimum wage. There's a significant consumer base that cares about that. They haven't even had the option. I'm an optimist. I believe people can start to have product alignment with their core value alignment. They just need the options. And that's what we're trying to provide.